Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Building a Model and Relaxing. Hope you're all doing well. Get this going. There we go. I've already kind of started the prep work of cutting them out because I decided, why not? Let's finish this thing. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish this today. And I already made one big mistake today with the title, calling it Yellow Line Pregnant and finish Voltron build. And I was supposed to say prep. So my apologies for that. It's a little funny mistake already this morning. And we are getting started. So the yellow line is the last line that we have to do. Here, I'll show off the other lines. Here we go. We got the blue line, red line, green line, and the black line. So here. Nope. Hold these two. There we go. We got all four. We got 4 of the 5 lines, and we'll do everything possible to get Voltron fully built today. That is the goal. All right, let's. So I'm just doing. What am I doing? I'm basically taking a runner, cutting out all the pieces for that part, and putting them in the stuff that they have to go. And B4 goes down here. I will have to sticker yellow line, which hopefully won't take too long. B14. That's somewhere else. Oh, B14, yeah. So and I'm happy to announce we have the return of the Razer Plus. So not only do we have the small one for the tiny areas. Hey, Ninja Master, hope you're doing well. Welcome. Not only do we have the small one for the shorter areas, but if I push this out, we have the bigger one for the majority of them, because it does a little bit better of a job than the actual regular razor. Both are great, though. Not something I really recommend, when you get right into the hobby to be like, ooh, I gotta get this. No, you don't have to get it right away. It's not that big of a deal. It's something when you decide, hey, I'm really interested in the hobby, maybe start with a cheap glass file, see how that, get used to that. And then jump to like the razors, the different razors. Same with the single blade nippers. Try a generic one first, and then jump to some of the nicer stuff. Once you know you're really interested, got some of the basics down. That's kind of my recommendation. But I'm still a noob, so take it or leave it. Because I've only been doing this for almost 3 months now. So, I can't say, hey, I'm the best at this, or hey, you should listen to my recommendation and no one else's, or anything like that. Let's see. go with that. Okay, let's slow this down. Okay, yeah, I see what I gotta do. Stupid things in the way. What would you recommend, Razor or the nicer one? Both serve a purpose. I find the Razor Plus, and they're both about this. They're both the same price, so there isn't really a nicer one. The Razor Plus, I think, gets them down slightly faster and covers more area. Where the regular Razor, here, I'll pull out both of them. To end up needing them anyways. So here's the Razor Plus. I try to keep them in their case now because I dropped the Razor Plus and it smashed. So be careful about that. And then this is the regular Razor. I find the regular Razor kind of clogs a little bit more, so you have to like clean it off more. But they both serve their purpose. Obviously, this one's shorter. I think basically 2 times the width. So really, I find this one a little bit better because I got a little bit bigger hands. And this one is nice really for those fine-tuned areas. So that's just, it's judging, are the models you're doing having lots of small areas to get into? Or is it more open areas where you can really shave down, nice and smooth? Because this one you can leave a little bit more of the nub, and it'll get through that just as good, or it'll get through it faster than the regular Razor will, in my opinion. So that's my, I don't want to say I recommend directly this one over the other because they both serve a purpose. That's why I have both. So it really comes down to purpose. This must, is it somewhere? Oh, there are a bunch of small circles. Oh, okay. That's for the blazing sword. Okay. Yeah, spider. Nothing like a spider to wake you up a little bit. All right. Got those pieces. Move on to the K. L. O. M. There. P. All right. Hold on one sec while I check my bin for number K. Yep, still a piece on it. My bad. HEG, yep. We're doing a Gunpla stream. So I guess technically it's not a Gunpla because it's a Voltron model, but I do Gunplas usually on my YouTube community page. If I have one or two that I'm trying to decide between, I'll put it up to the community post to decide. Like I just had a community post for which build we should do next. It was between the Master Grade Sinadru Stein Narrative Verta or Calren, which is a third party by Mortar Nuclear. I'm a big fan of their work, and the vote was decided that it would be Calren. I was kind of surprised myself. I didn't think that was the way it was going to swing, but it did. Oh, 10. So starting tomorrow, we'll be starting Calren. I normally stream this time Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, followed by I also do Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday a 6:30 p.m. Central Time stream. So you get like 7 streams out of me for the week if everything goes well. What I try to usually do is, and this is still a new schedule, I'm very new to the hobby, I'm new to streaming for builds, and so I'm still kind of learning what are the best times. But it is, I kind of found that these were the best hours, at least according to YouTube. I started doing this on YouTube a while longer, and then switched to, or not switched to, I added Twitch. Oh no, not good. My earbud is going dead on me, so I'm gonna have to switch to. I don't know why it did that because I had it on the charger, but I'm gonna have to switch to my phone mic, which might not sound as good. Hold on one second. This is embarrassing. All right. Let me know if you can still hear me. These over here. Hopefully, yep, you can still hear me. Sorry for the sound quality. Apparently, my mic or my earbuds did not charge like I was hoping, or like they should. I had them in the charger overnight, but I guess I didn't really. The charge must have been down on the because it's like a wireless case that you charge separately. So my guess would be that it was dead and I had to charge the case. So I'll have to do that when I get done with the stream. And 10 goes on the one down here. The audio isn't that bad, you think? Well, that's good. It's not the best setup. It was kind of a last, or it was a spur of a moment thing to do. I ordered a cell phone crane, had my had my cell phone, I had my iPad for the chat, and was like, all right, let's do this. And that's what I've done so far. All right. M4 goes on that one. So how long have each of you, or the ones watching, how long have you been doing Gunpla? Or have you not done Gunpla? My two questions for right now. Let's see here. Almost done with the cutting out the leg pieces. I've done Gunpla since last December. Awesome. And if TT's still here, love to hear what they how long they have done it, if they have done it. And if they haven't, I encourage them to give it a try. I love Gunpla, but they are so expensive here. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Like, I don't want to ask where here is. I think I've heard Europe is kind of the most expensive area because of you can't really do online because of the the import tax, and the stores there just have them at a little bit higher price to cover that import tax. So you can't really do online. You can't really do local stores, so it becomes an issue. Anyways, I've been doing this since June 11th. Yeah, I actually know the actual day it started. And all right, so we got everything for the lion. So now we're going to build the last lion. This ready because I don't think there's too many small areas. So my next question to everyone is, what are your top 3 builds? For me, number 3 is the Master Grade Freedom 2.2 or 2.0, followed by the by Key by Motor Nuclear, and the last one is the Sky Defender, which I built on this channel. So you can check out that full build. It is not panel lined or water slide decaled yet, because I was fortunate to have someone donate the money for, they wanted the LEDs on it. So yeah, it's gonna stink having those ASMR videos about model kits in general. Yeah, I like the ones where it's just all the clicking, like the 30-second or minute ones where it's just clicking. I do enjoy those. I'm not good at editing, and I don't know how it would be kind of hard to do or take it from a live stream where I'm talking, but somehow maintain the clicking. So I don't really get a chance to do that. So for Grandpa 3.0, High New V2, and Sword Impulse. I've done the real grade High New, and that was one of my favorites. I think that might be like number 5. It's right up there with the master grade, or not the master grade, the real grade Sazabi. Those two were very fun builds to do, at least in my opinion. So, if you can't afford, the large master grade, which I completely understand. I mean, I know the real grades are still kind of expensive for those ones, but they're more reasonable than the master grades of those. You might want to check those out because they're still fun and decently long builds. It's not one you're going to get done in a day, for sure. And you'll find, like, as you learn more techniques, the build takes longer. Hey, Code, welcome. Like, this could be a day build if all I did was do one cut and click and build. It would have gone super fast, and we would already be on to like another model or two. But with doing the 2-cut process and sanding down the nubs so that you don't have that, or at least that much of a mark. Yeah, see, it gets it down so fast. I love that. It's so smooth. I forgot to cut these ones. With this white gloss, I actually I do the flush cut because you can't really see any. There's no white mark because it's a white piece, so you don't have to worry about that as much. If there's ever any technique that I'm doing that you would be interested in knowing more about, feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. You love the Tamiya's car models. You know, that's awesome. You know, I'm not much of a car model person, but I also have to say, like, I've heard great things about their models, so I'm glad that you enjoy them. Like I said, I've done third-party builds, but they've all been like the like mostly Chinese third-party builds, which, you know, doesn't matter which country it from. It's just that's where they tend to originate from, and they're quite good. I will say that. It's been a while since I've had to do the prep work and build at the same time. So the next build will probably take us, I want to say, a good 2 weeks. It has some really cool things, but also lots of money. Yeah, that is the issue with this hobby. Oh, and I put I put the mouth on backwards. Oh, get this part separator too. I got this because I've pretty much wrecked my fingernails trying to separate parts. Some people have recommended uh, guitar picks, which I could see pretty close to the same thing. This is a little bit, I think, finer edge to it, and I haven't damaged any plastic with it. Oh, I know, I got to remove this first. Duh. There we go. Now I can get this off. And I got this because of having to very soon replace or take apart the Sky Defender to build all the, or put in all of the LEDs, because that's going to be quite the work, and I really don't want to damage anything. It was a very pricey model, and I do not want to ruin it because I'm very proud of that one. It was my first real, like, challenge build, I would say. Volvo FH16 Gunprimer. This model has so many details. I'll have to try and check it out. I'm not much of a car person, but like, I still like to see all the different like types of models and the details that can go into them. you're probably catching more feedback than you would from, because I am in a basement that is a little noisy. You're probably catching that feedback a little bit from, I want to say, a pipe. Someone's got some type of water going. We got a well, so whenever someone uses enough water, the well has to refill up. And now the AC goes on. Anyways, it was a massive jump in difficulty because I think I started that 1 month into building Gunpla. I had done 1 master grade at that point. I had done 3 or 4 real grades and 3 high grades. And I was like, oh, some of the like Facebook groups that I was on were showing it off, and I was like, oh, it looks so cool. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna take the plunge, and I'm gonna get it. I made a bunch of mistakes during it, but nothing that I learned to fix. Like, I had to improvise. It taught me how to improvise and fix things using the Tamiya extra thin cement, really, and managing to put pegs back together a little bit where it's sturdy enough to handle. I had to take apart 1 whole leg where I learned the lesson of making sure everything is flush. Like, that none of the parts are partially split apart. Because the inner leg was just like a millimeter not attached, like the 2 ends. And it caused big issues when I got to trying to do the finished project. So I had to spend like 2 or 3 hours taking it apart, figuring out what the issue was, and then correcting the issue. So sorry if I'm covering up my cuts as I do them. It's not intentional. Let's go this way. I'll show you kind of how I do my cuts now that I have found works the best to leave the least amount of white or stress marks. So you got this decently sized nub. Here, go like this. Probably even a little too big. And we are completely done with it. And it's got a nice shine. You can barely see where the nub was, and there's no white stress mark. So that's big. With these racer glass files, I recommend always going in the back and forth direction, and don't like switch. And once you choose a direction to stand in, you stay in that direction. That is, I think, at least in my opinion, important. This goes here. Come on, click in. Okay, I'm going to something I was doing, but I'm leaving the lurk here. See ya. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I guess I have a new Twitch channel. So if you'd like, you like the content and like to see more, please sub, because I'll be streaming a lot, and it would be great to have you come in the future as well. Always appreciated. I appreciate everyone that comes and is chatting away. So I talked about the Sky Defender. Didn't really talk about Bikey or the Freedom 2.0 build yet. I'll talk about the Freedom 2.0 next, or this now. That build was kind of special to me. One, it was my first master grade. Two, I decided that was going to be the one I learned how to really do water slides on. It was the first one that I was going to attempt water slides on. I got the fancy holographic ones from the Dspiae. I don't know how you pronounce their thing. It's DELIP or DLPI decals, and they do some like optional parts and stuff like that, but for the most part, they are a water slide decal company. They're out of Korea, but their shipping is probably the fastest I've ever seen. I ordered one night, and by the third day, it was already at my door. Like, I was like, how did they do that? Because it was a standard shipping rate, which they've actually lowered the price of recently too. But I ordered for that model, I ordered the holographic manual that fire decals that were in the manual, and also the expansion ones that they did. And they looked amazing, especially the expansion ones. I think I put on more of the expansion ones than I did the manual. I didn't put all the decals on. I put what I thought would look nice on it, which was still a lot. And I am quite proud of that build. I also got the replacement metal joints for the waist. It's J4 and J5, and so that made it more like durable and stable. Like, I didn't have to worry about those waist to leg joints breaking like it did for a lot of people. And it was just one of my cleaner builds. So really enjoyed that. Hope everyone's doing well. We are at a little over just a little over a half an hour. Not too bad. But we're gonna finish this. Like, I'm planning on finishing this today. That is the goal. It was a fun build, but I'm ready to move on type build. Or I won't even say it was a really fun build. The instructions were awful. Well, not awful, but they weren't very good. And the pieces are a little bit, to me, on the cheaper side. At least they felt a little cheaper than I felt they should be for the price. Because I think retail, this is $60, around that range. and it feels more like several high grades rather than like one big master grade. It just doesn't have that master grade feel, or even that real grade feel, because the real grade you expect a little bit more detail and quality. It just feels like a slightly bigger high grade. But I'm a sucker for Voltron, and so that nostalgia aspect is huge for me. Oh, we're putting 3 parts together. That. We'll put this in like so. And then this in like see how it went in here. Okay, I see now. That was a rather loud click. A little space there. I don't like that. Oh, well. There, we got that so far. Gotta cut these off. You'll see in my streams, I like to lay out as much as I can, like in progress. And so I'll cut them out. Then I'll do my second cut. And then finally, like, once they're all got, usually I don't do it this way that I'm doing right now. I'll do my second cut and, sand. And then once all the pieces that I have on my board are cut and sanded, I will then go back and start putting it together. That's my normal way of doing things. Today is a little bit different just because I'm trying to get this done today. Yeah. I dropped my last Razor Plus and it smashed on the floor and I really missed it. And even though I had a regular racer, this just does, I think, a much better job at areas that it can get to. Like the racer is great for those small areas that this one is just too big. I mean, it is a big file. And some will say, oh, you can get, cheap glass file and it'll do the same exact thing. I've tried that. I even got one by Dspiae, Dspiae, I think they are. And even that one did not do what this does, in my opinion. It's kind of like how people say God hands are just that much better of a nipper, even though I use the Dspiae ones. That's what this is. And I love it. It's been great to me. But, some people it's God hand or nothing. It's just, they say it cuts cleaner. So, yeah, it's just kind of a chooser's, or baker's choice, you could say. All right, there we go. Put that there for now because we got this big area to do. Well, with these, cut these first. That one's good. All right, and like that. So far, the tails have been hit or miss on staying together. I think 3 of the lions, they stayed together pretty well. They clicked and everything. But I know the black lion, see, that one clicked in. And it seems like it's going to stay, which is nice. But the black lion, on the other hand, his falls off even barely touching it. I think if the wind blows hard enough, it will oh, my family's being loud. It will pretty much knock it or make it split apart. That was a harder one to put. So as you can see, we've cut, done the first cut off the runner. And now I try to get pretty close, but I still want to leave a nub on because I don't want to stress the plastic. Because then after I'm done with that, I'll take my racer here and just go like this. I should clean this off before I start sanding this one. I'll clean it off after I'm finished with this piece. And these are really easy to clean off. I'd say once in a while, clean it off with, put it under a sink and clean it off with water and use a toothbrush to really scrub at it. Otherwise, I'll show you what you can do in the meanwhile. Because obviously you don't want to stop partway through your build to go clean off your glass file. See, that one went down extremely fast. So you can see lots of yellow on there. So what you do is you take this blue tape, you can take masking tape, probably Scotch tape as well. I just happen to have blue tape down here. And you take your piece and you put it on top of the file, of the actual file part, not the non-scratching surface, because that would do nothing. Press it down nice and well, and then you just peel it off. And you can see it took pretty much everything off your file. All right, just gonna put these in the box I take back upstairs. All right, so we got these 3. Man, my family's being loud. It probably wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that I had to take off my Bluetooth because it was not powered or ran out of power. All right, but we're back on schedule here. I like how each lion has felt slightly different to build. That has been kind of one of the really cool parts of this build so far, is how each of the lions really have felt slightly different. That was a hard recessed area to get into to cut. All right. Really trying to get close without stressing it. Also, when using a single bladed nippers, here, I'll just grab this to show. So you got one, you would never want to cut the thick end of this piece because it'll damage. It's very easy to break your single blade because it's so micro thin. We got this end here. So what I'm going to show is how to really cut with single blade nippers. When you use your regular model nippers for cutting out the pieces. You just squeeze and it pinches and cuts it off. With a single blade, you get flush with what you want to cut. You put the non-bladed end against the piece, and then you just slowly press down, and you let the single blade do all the work of cutting through. There's no pinching, it's just one blade slicing through. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So that hopefully that helps understand what the single blade does and how to use it properly. And like I said, with your glass file, whether it be generic or a racer, what you do is always go in one direction. Well, like one direction, like going back and forth this way. Once you choose that, you don't go the other direction. The pregnant line is fine, Fixa. She's nice and getting nice and sturdy. So for those that didn't see, I made a major blunder this morning, and when I typed out the title for this, my phone auto-corrected, and instead of saying prep, it said pregnant. So for a little while, my stream said Yellow Lion pregnant, finish Voltron, which made things a little weird. Someone pointed it out to me, and I quickly changed it as soon as possible. It was slightly embarrassing. All right, so this goes in here. Like so. So, here. Right? Not really going in. You should. I guess you are in. Okay. I always end up talking to myself when I'm doing these builds. When I'm trying to see if something is fit right. And there we go. I also thought today was Friday, so I'm really on top of things. Oh, I gotta pull this apart slightly because I gotta put the tail in. Easy, easy. Come on. I'm gonna have to pull it completely apart, or at least decently far apart. All right, there we go. Now let's push it back together. Try to. There we go. All together. All right, back to cutting. Where are we at? 50 minutes. We're making good time. Making good time. For these yellow ones, I'm not so worried about cutting or about leaving a nub because you can't really see the stress marks on these high gloss yellow pieces. Like I said, with the white as also, it does the similar thing. And I do want to say thank you to everyone that is watching. I can't tell how many are on Twitch or if there's anyone on Twitch, but if you are on Twitch, welcome. I just recently started streaming on there. I've been streaming on YouTube for quite some time, but only for like about a month and a half have I been streaming Gunpla content. I went through lots of different content in the past, but I was doing these builds anyways, and I was like, why not? Let's just get it done. It wants me to put the head on, but I'm going to hold off because we're going to be putting the head that actually goes with forming Voltron. The legs had 2 heads come with it. One for when it's a lion, and the other for when it's formed Voltron. Oh, we still got these 2 pieces to cut. So I thought we were going to be like 2 hours or more to finish this build, but we actually got through it pretty fast. I think partly because it was a yellow lion, so I didn't have to worry about the marks as much. But this turned out nicely. So I don't know if it shows up on the Twitch side, but there is a link posted at the top. That link goes to my Instagram, to my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it goes to my Twitch channel. And it also goes to where you can donate if you so desired. But I never expect it. It is just one of those things that is greatly appreciated. I think also on my channel page on Twitch, I have those links. So one way or another, you can see those links and also join the YouTube channel if you want, where you can see the past builds. I have the playlists on my YouTube channel of the various builds. I try to label them so that at least you understand which part you're going to be seeing. So if you're doing a build and you're not sure how something goes, you can watch my channel and go to it and see where I figured out it should go. All right. So this is the end. So this has got to flip around. It's interesting. The yellow lion's got like a little like cannon on the back, it looks like. I forget what it was because it's been so long since I've seen the cartoon. Stay on. All right, onto the legs. These are usually fast and simple. Cut these. These also, for some reason, don't really leave too much of a mark. And actually, I found that sanding these ones, for some reason, leaves more of a discoloration and stress mark. So I have been not cutting these. Like, that goes like that. And that goes like that to form this leg. This one. Does it still show as the lion getting pregnant? I changed it in StreamYard, which should have changed the title. We have to change that after. So embarrassing. It was an autocorrect mistake. And so, also I apologize when I cut. I tend to forget I'm on camera sometimes, and so I forget to cut in the camera and put it together on the camera. Oh, so you saw it before it was fixed. Yeah. There was a little mishap where instead of prep, my phone autocorrected to pregnant for some reason. Don't know why, but it did. And we had that little joke happen. So there's that. So lately I've been trying to venture into the Gunpla community more. Found some channels like Mad Hatters, Gundam Explained, I think the channel is. I'm still learning the names of these channels. They pop up in my feed. I subscribe to them. I even joined a few of the Discords. Everyone's been extremely nice. So if you haven't already kind of ventured to see what it would be like, or to see other channels that put on some really quality work, I'm all right, Brian. I don't know if you saw my community post, but fell down a couple stairs yesterday while carrying a mini fridge. So my one leg has really seen better days. Oh, and in other news, Gundam Breaker 4 came out last night at midnight. Or today at midnight, I should say. I've played a little bit. Lots of fun. I've been mostly doing the customization. I really wanted to look at the, how far the custom or the coloring and the customization you can do. And you get to select, each arm. You get, from any model. You get body, head, weapons, backpack, legs are one. Waist, I think. Waist is one, I think. Or they might be a part of legs. I don't remember exactly if the waist was separate or not. But the colors are impressive. And you can change it to metallic. I think you can dull them to where it's kind of a matte look. They even have some patterns. So all in all, it is pretty incredible. I've already did a color scheme for the high grade Wing Gundam to see how it would look, because I was thinking that would be my first one to do a custom paint job down the road. And I think I already found the color scheme I'm going to go with. And that wouldn't have been possible for me without Gundam Breaker 4. Because I need to be able to see it to really see if it matched or would go well. I don't have that artistic mind where I can visualize it and then just do it. I need to see it all together. So the scheme I'm looking at, because I probably won't do it on stream because it's just going to be a spray paint build. It'll be something I probably show on a YouTube short and a community post, and also on Instagram. But what it looks like I'll be doing is be replacing the white with a gloss black, maybe even a metallic black if that's a thing. And the blue will actually be a different shade of blue, and it will be metallic. And the yellow parts, I think, the yellow parts are, or is it the red? Either the red or the yellow, I have to remember, are going to be a bright orange kind of metallic type thing. Really trying to hit the metallic with this one. I'm going to try and find an orange metallic. And I just got nubs in my shoe. And finally, I think the yeah, it's the gold that I make. So the red is going to be an orange metallic, and the gold is actually going to be chrome. So that's the plan with that. Caution, caution, don't cut these. Yep, didn't cut them. All right, there's that. Oh, right piece, put this on. So, like so. See, this is like one area I would panel line. Just that little bit there and that little bit there. In fact, I believe I have a gray panel line marker over here. Is it gray or is it black? Oh, it's gray. So we're going to do a little quick panel lining. Rip off that excess. Going along with that line. Just using a Gundam panel liner marker. Coloring that. And that adds, it's a little dark. And that just adds a little depth to it. There you go. You've got about 3 hours work left on the Aurora, then water slides, and then you're done. Awesome. You went through that pretty fast. So right now I'm working on the master grade Sanadru Stein narrative Verka. Trying to say that about 8 times fast. Let me get these stickers done real quick. So doing that on my side build, and I had ordered one more for after this build or after the next build, and one as a side project. I haven't figured out which is going to be which first, but I ordered, trying to remember what their names were. Trailblazer was one of them, and Thor. Trailblazer is by In Era Plus, which is also one of the ones that, or the one that did your Aurora, and that's what made me think about the order I did. And then the other one is from another company. I think that company did was also eventually became the company that made the Judge, like the Moonlight Judge, which is such a cool one. I want to eventually get that Moonlight Judge, but it's very pricey. But I got those two. I don't know which is gonna go for which is going to be the stream and which is going to be the one I do as a personal project. think I'm leaning towards Thor being the stream project, because I think it'll be the better looking one, but I'm unsure. So we need, did I do one? Yeah, I did the right ones. And then we need 34. Yeah, I would love to get Aurora eventually. I was looking at the various ones, and if I would have went for that price point, I think before that one, I would have gotten the Apocalypse that just came out, because that one also looks very good. Yeah, I got water slides to finish up on the in-era Thunderbolt. I really liked the Thunderbolt. It turned out very well. I just got to do the water slides on it. The panel line actually went fairly well too. So all in all, I was very happy with it. Looks like that. A lot of little stickers on this one. This one has had the most stickers by far. I hate stickers, by the way. I hate water slides. I hate stickers. Anything that has to be precise, like straight lines, I am not good with. Eyes are the bane of my existence. Most of my, you're ordering Apocalypse and buy key tonight, you're going to love, obviously I don't know Apocalypse, but you're going to love buy key. It was such a fun build, and it looks so awesome. I noticed on Gundam Play Store, there's some type of like expansion to it where it's like they said a Phoenix expansion. So that really intrigued me. So if I ever do get the Apocalypse, I'll probably try to get that expansion as well. They also have lighting, but I don't want to go crazy like having to get lighting for all of the ones I do. I think that'll be a little overboard. And I just don't want to be that way. My recommendation of buy key is why you got it. Well, hopefully you really enjoy it, because it was thoroughly one. Obviously it's my number 2 build. If you have any questions with it, I'll try and remember what I did. Just be prepared to accidentally stab yourself by the pointiness. It will happen. The head is kind of a pain to put on, and then also to like do the shoulders after the head is on is a pain, just because of the pointiness of it. It's not the like actual building part. It's the fact that doing so, you're going to poke yourself a lot. And it's going to hurt. Did you happen to see the pictures of Pikey? Otherwise, I will post them on the community page after I'm done with this. I believe I posted them on my Instagram. Well, if not, I'll post them there as well. It's not too bad for panel lining, and because technically they're not mechs, they're actually like legendary generals or something. They don't have like water slide decals. Like there's no real, you know, lining or anything like that. I mean, they pretty much let the design of the model be their decals, which I respect highly. And it also made it a lot easier for me. Also, Baiki didn't have, I don't think any of the Mortar Nuclear ones have water slide decals. They do all their like decaling with the actual painting on the model, which I greatly appreciate. Because I think it does make a huge difference. And we're getting there, folks. We're almost done. I think we got everything for the head. Yep, we got everything for the head. And now we just got to do a couple for the lion. And actually, it's just one for the lion, the actual body of the lion. And that one is the number. And I got to make sure to put it where it's supposed to go. This one goes on here, like so. Hopefully looks like that's in the middle. Wow, that 3 turned out horrible on here. That's slightly better. All right, let's put the head on. And then the last things we need to do are the sword and shield. Come on, go on. Yeah, I guess that's on. Okay. So there we go. We got the 5 lions. Let's put them on the board. We'll even put them where they kind of line up. There we go. The 5 lions. And I wish I could take my phone and take a picture of it like that, but oh well. Actually, I can use this. Give me a second. I just want to take a picture. Let's see, camera. All right. Back to putting this on the chat. Thanks for giving me that split moment. Let's see here. All right. Back to finishing this up. There's no stickers on the weapons, correct? Nope, no stickers on the weapons. All right. I'm not going to worry about the combat spear for now. What we're going to do is the sword. Which has a few tiny pieces in it. Which I'm kind of glad they're tiny pieces and not actual guess that's really should cut that down a little bit more. That's good. I'm glad they're pieces and not stickers, because I think that would have really make this sword, which is such a big part of when they form Voltron, you know, and the sword where they go across and form it. So cool.
as a kid, that's one of the things you always remember is them forming the sword. Forming Voltron and forming the sword are like the two biggest things you remember when watching the show as a kid. Like, I mean, the characters were interesting and all, but it where it shined was the lions in forming Voltron. And that includes the awesome sword. Come on. If you're going to stay white like that, I wouldn't have, would just cut you and been done with you. I guess that's pretty good. Now I gotta get this side one. Almost fully done. And we're at an hour 16. So we're doing good. We're gonna be about at the like hour 30 mark, hour 45 mark, which was what I was hoping for. All right, now we got to put these stupid small things on. We got H11 is the bottom one. I'm gonna hold this down so it doesn't flip out. We're just gonna put these on right away. Easy, easy. There we go. What's nice is I don't really have to worry about cutting them because it goes into a recessed area. 13. All right. 13, which goes in the upper right. There we go. Like so. Here, I'll move this over here so you can see the piece more than the instructions. Number 12. Oof. This would be hard to find because it would match those nubs so well. All right, we got those three on. Now we got to form the hilt. I didn't really leave too much of a mark. Sand it down a little bit, but it should be. That's a pain of sand. I'm glad it doesn't leave much of a mark. Actually, sanding probably made it worse. So we'll get this one down a little bit. That'll be noticeable. All right. So we got that. Q10, which is the last on the Q runner. Let's see, we got 3 watching on YouTube. Hey, Tonic, hope you're doing well. Ah, Zoids? No, it's not Zoids. I'll smack you. I know you're doing that to troll me. This is Voltron. Probably a little bit before your time, but still awesome. All right, so this goes like this. And then we need that last little red dot. Yeah, I see you laughing. Trolling away. All right. Come on. Come on. Get in your home. Come on. There we go. Got that so far. Now we cut out the actual sword. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that right after I put the sword in. I think I'm gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna do the shield on here because the shield's not really that iconic. The sword is. So the sword had to get done on stream. The rest, not so much. No, 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 no. Don't break the crap. Oh, oh. Thought for sure that was going to crack. I would have cried. I just replaced this because the other one cracked when I dropped it. And to have a second one crack, I would have been devastated. I probably would have just ended the stream in frustration. I'm still doing the shield. I guess I can do the shield. It won't take. It's all this gray stuff anyway, so let's see here. We'll save the putting together the sword for last. We're gonna do the shield. Oh, we got that. Got this. I'm totally probably not on camera cutting it. And this. Finally, this. It was such an interesting shield choice for Voltron. You know, you would think, because they go really for the hero knight type look, but then they throw in this really like outside the line shield that just it looks different than any shield that you've ever seen. And maybe that's the whole point, the whole motif of it. Yeah, it took like 2 minutes. See? There's the shield. Thought it always had like a blue middle, but I guess not. Right, that's the, yep. All right, let's form the sword. This just goes in like so. And finally, we have this. So like that. I don't remember it being, so out there like that. All right, but it is time to form Voltron. I have a little handy dandy guide that I'm going to use because otherwise I am unsure if I would have got it right. So this flips open like so. Push that in there. And push in the head apparently, which it's already in. And these go like so. And these go like that. I actually kind of remember this from, let's from building the model that I had, the original die-cast one back in the 80s. I wish I still had it, but I remember it from that, putting it together, and it was pretty much the same thing. If this was like someone I would know, I'd be like, I'm not forming Voltron until I get enough donations to satisfy me. But that is not me. And I'm gonna put this away before I drop it. Get that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way, this out of the way. I want this to be as clean an area as possible for the build. All right, the blue and yellow line. Tail goes like that, obviously. Legs, pretty much the same situation. Come on, there we go. Let's see. Yep, the front legs go back, and then these actually go like that for this one. And then the head goes like that. These actually can go like that. That one goes like that. It's pretty easy to put together, and you really see why a lot of the parts were hollow, because you really needed it to be that way to fit these with ease. They didn't want to have any technical issues that you would have to really modify. Oh, that was a lovely sound. Didn't break anything though. There's that. And now the black line. We've already put that like that. We've got him like so. These go back and go straight. Go that and that. And then these go around like so. And something opens up. Where does it open up? I know this area opens up. No, that isn't the area that opens up. Where does it open up? What? Here? Ah, okay. That opens up. And then you just slide the foot in there like so. Keep that like that. Turn this around. Oh, it's this way. Come on, that. Put it in like so. These out like that. And you always save the head for last. That was always my opinion. So these just go in here like so. like that. See why these have plenty of bend to them. Come on. Standing is going to be a little bit of a difficult thing to do, I think. We're going to have to work on that. And then the arms are very simple. Yep, like that. Like that. And I'm going to... Oh, it won't go. Oh, what's wrong with you? Don't tell me you're a broken peg. No, you're the same size. There you go. All right. Like that. You got the arms. And now we form the head. Okay, what knocked off? Come on. Go back in. Yeah, that's a nub. Stupid nub. I didn't even realize I had that like that. No wonder it fell off. All right. Put this back on. There we go. And now we form the head. There we go. We've got Voltron. And it doesn't really stay together too well. You know, it does stay together, but it doesn't. I mean, it articulates a little bit, but nothing like too crazy. Like, you can't, well, I guess it's just a little bit stiff. But like the legs feel a little bit like, I don't know, I guess I gotta get used to them, get used to how. Anyways, let's put the sword on. It'll be a display piece once I figure out how to actually, once I get it articulated and standing. I probably should get a base for it. I think getting a base for it would provide a lot of the support. There's the sword. And we'll put the shield on too. What if I actually put it in the hole? Come on. Getting these ends slightly awkward. Just need to have like apply pressure somehow to the face. Like that one's easier because you could actually get a hold of the face. This one is a little bit harder to get in. I think I know how to do this. Use our trusty tweezers. Get it right in the right area. And use the tweezers to push it together. It's in the right spot. It was in the right spot. Every time I move, it moves. I hope I had it right at the right angle. There we go. Come on. Get you all nicely lined up. There it goes. Finally clicked in. So there we go. We got the sword, which you can turn in. There we go. Sword and the shield. We've got Voltron. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. We completed it. Very happy about that. We are a little over an hour and a half in. I want to thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we start Kyle Ren, so I'm excited about that. And so until next time, be kind to one another. Take time for yourself. Enjoy a new hobby or a hobby that you already enjoy. And I'll see you later. Bye.